Francis Ngannou, man, one of the heaviest hitters in all MMA. It's like dynamite, his right hand could just knock at anybody.
Francis Ngannou, he's been this big, powerful guy, just coming in out of nowhere and knocking everybody out.
Oh, Ngannou!
Just finishing guys left and right. I strike for a living my whole life, and he's a ferocious individual.
I'm always kind of a fanboy when it comes to Ngannou.
He's a supreme athlete. He's a 1 in a million athlete.
He's a bad man.
This guy's one to watch.
Anytime two skilled mixed martial arts fighters get into the octagon, it's exciting. But there's an added element when the heavyweights get in there. And that added element is these are the biggest, scariest, baddest dudes on the face of the planet Earth.
I think most people in this day and age think that the baddest man on the planet is the UFC heavyweight champion of the world, and right now Stipe Miocic is undisputed and is that guy.
The reason heavyweight is called the baddest man on the planet is just because, it's the biggest man, and he hits the hardest. He's got the most power. And everyone looks up to the heavyweights. Everyone loves heavyweights. Anything can happen in the heavyweight division. Anyone can get knocked out at any time.
There's something about heavyweights that has always excited people. And we're seeing really high-level, technical, talented heavyweight fighters, guys like Francis Ngannou. Francis is an absolutely brutal knockout artist. He has excellent technique, his striking is clean, everything is precise and done in a beautiful, violent manner. Francis Ngannou is the new guy. He's a physical specimen, and when you watch those techniques and you see it coming from this enormous man, there's an added element of excitement to that. And that added element is that guy might be the toughest man on the planet Earth.
So for a long time, I think Mike Tyson was ubiquitously regarded as the baddest man on the planet. Tyson defeated Trevor Berbick by second-round TKO, and at that point, he won the WBC heavyweight title. It was November of 1986. Coincidentally, just 2 months prior to Tyson winning that title, Francis Ngannou was born.
I didn't know what is MMA before, but my goal is to become a great boxer like Mike Tyson, to dream something like that where I am from in Cameroon. Everyone just look me like I'm crazy. But when I moved to Paris, some nice guy, when I meet them, he always say, you have a great boxing, but I think right now the most opportunity that you can have is MMA. And I just say, okay, let's go to MMA.
Making his UFC debut.
I remember when he made his debut, I was working the Fox desk and we were trying to figure out how to say his name, Ngannou. And then we just settled on Ngannou. And when we figured it was his name, and then we started saying it with that emphasis because he was so intimidating.
Oh my! Hit it all over! Knockout! Vicious uppercut!
Francis Ngannou's debut was really showcasing what he does. This is a very sneaky, quick, lightning fast, very sharp uppercut, backed by somebody who's got incredible power. He's a killer.
This kid has it, man. He has a knockout power. And when you have someone like that, like a Mike Tyson-esque type of fighter, everybody wants to see that.
Second UFC appearance for Francis Ngannou.
My second UFC fight, I fought Curtis Blade.
Massive. He may not recover from that one.
Big counter left.
I destroy his face, I punch so hard, and then he have one eye closed, so he could not be able to see anymore. That is why the doctor stopped to fight.
Francis Ngannou.
In my third UFC fight, I fought Bojan Mijajovic.
The Serb, Bojan Mihajlovic. He's getting chased down. Oh, he hurt him! He hurt him bad. Big hammer fist. This could end quickly. And it's all over. That is an aggressive, powerful man.
If the first opportunity is to knock all my opponent out, I knock them out. You go back home safe, no injury, no tire, you make it too easy.
Just when you thought Francis Ngannou couldn't get more intimidating for his fellow UFC heavyweights, I submit to you his fight against Anthony Freight Train Hamilton, another massive, massive human being. And what does he go out and do?
Oh, Kimura attempt here from Ngannou.
When I start walk up to take the Kimura, that was more technical than power. And then when I lock the Kimura, I think that is when I use power to just follow the movement and you get down. That is when I take the perfect position and finish my Kimura.
And this guy is super strong. Look at this. He has it. He got it.
Wow! Francis Ngannou by submission, round one.
Considering the guy didn't know anything in terms of mixed martial arts 5 years ago, to be where he is today, astounding.
This guy is picking up skills and techniques with lightning speed.
My fifth UFC fight was against Andrei Arlovsky in Denver.
Andrei Arlovsky, former champion, against the heavyweight prospect Francis Ngannou. Oh! Ngannou knocks Arlovsky down. That is it! The Predator Francis Ngannou.
The knockout was not my attack, it was just defend. When I saw it come, just like reflex, I just defend. I not really prepare that punch, but I touch him and he go down.
This man is scared.
And we might be staring at a future UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou, ladies and gentlemen.
And look, that is not Ngannou's best punch. That's how powerful this man is. He's almost fading backwards.
Today we're here at the UFC Performance Institute and we're going to be working with Francis Ngannou, measuring the punching power that he displayed in his fight against Arlovsky, but also what he's done in his recent fights. Today we're going to be looking at the overhand right, which is the most powerful punch for Francis, and also that off-balance uppercut. See how he can demonstrate force and explosion in difficult, unorthodox positions. What this is going to allow us to do is understand if he can maintain power and force output in a less than ideal body position when he's off balance. So amazing results today. Francis demonstrated a punching power just over 129,000 units. That's higher than the previous record of 114,000 demonstrated by kickboxer Tyrone Spong. This is the highest recording ever, not only here in the Performance Institute, but around the world. The next punch he threw was that off-balance uppercut. Off-balance uppercut still generating 122,000 units, so really close to that overhand right, demonstrating his ability to throw hard punches off balance in the octagon. So another component of this tool is the ability to measure speed power. That's related to hand speed and the speed of impact. Higher speeds generate higher forces, and Francis has demonstrated some huge numbers today. The crazy thing is, when you look at these numbers and compare them to horsepower, that 51,064 foot-pounds per second is equivalent to just under 93 horsepower, which is the same as a small family car. The first thing we've learned about Francis is that he generates huge amounts of knockout power. That's really relative to some of our former fighters, Rumble Johnson and Chuck Liddell, those guys that are notorious for generating huge amounts of power in really unorthodox positions and being able to take a guy out. Francis not only shows the highest level of force and power output in punching technique in the UFC heavyweight division, but also across the globe.
The people that he had fought initially, it's like, okay, this guy has some potential, but when you go out there and you knock out Andrei Arlovsky in the manner in which he did, people gotta really, those ears start to perk up and you gotta take notice.
This guy is just a specimen. If you give him time and you give him that ability to pick up the other skills that he needs, he most definitely could be a force. So far, he's passed every step with flying colors, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how he continues to progress.
I expect him to be in a world title fight soon. I expect him to be champion in the very near future.
He's doing well, and he's getting better, and you can see it. You know, his submission game's getting better, and his stand-up game's getting better, so, you know, he's definitely a tough guy to watch out for. You know, he definitely got the potential. Unfortunately, I'm the champion now, so it's not nothing's gonna change until I leave.
Our next pay-per-view will be UFC 218, December 2nd in Detroit.
Ngannou versus Overeem, guaranteed fireworks.
And it's a big test for Ngannou. The first real world-class striker he's facing and a former world champion in Alastair Overeem. That's a chaos fight.
I mean, I have more fights in the UFC than that man has fights. It's gonna be my job to put him in his place, get the title shot.
We're gonna see how the fight can go. I'm sure I connect Alastair, he go down. Knockout, man. Knockout first round. I'm more happy because people start to believe me. You know, even for my first fight, I was just thinking about the title. That is my goal. That is why I'm here. I just want to win. Now is my time.
Francis Ngannou, wow!
Another eye-opening victory.
You can expect to see Francis Ngannou win the belt.
He has a lot of confidence, and he's got a lot of momentum behind him.
I'm gonna be champ.
He's a dangerous man.
This is my destiny.
And he is really rising to the occasion.